What did your child do that you weren't allowed to be proud of? I got called into the school office around 2 p.m. on a Thursday. The secretary wouldn't say much, just told me my daughter was in the counselor's office and I needed to come in immediately. I walked in and found her sitting there, arms crossed, eyes red but dry, jaw tight like she was holding something back. The counselor looked uncomfortable. The vice principal was pacing. Nobody made eye contact with me. Then they started explaining. At lunch, one of the boys at another table had been loudly mocking a girl in the grade below, teasing her for how she spoke, mimicking her stutter in front of everyone. A couple of kids laughed. A couple just watched. Teachers were nearby, but no one said anything. My daughter stood up from her table, walked over to him, picked up his tray of food, and dumped it in his lap. Then she looked him straight in the face and said, "You don't get to make someone feel worthless just to get a laugh." He exploded, started shouting, called her names I won't repeat. She didn't say a word, just stood there, calm, unapologetic. Finally, a teacher stepped in and took them both to the office. Here's the thing, they weren't calling me in because of him. They were calling me because my daughter had escalated the situation, and they were putting her on a one-day in-school suspension. The boy got a talking to. No suspension. No consequences. I sat there listening to adults twist themselves into knots, trying to explain how dumping a tray of food was worse than humiliating someone with a speech disorder. My daughter didn't interrupt once, but when they were done, she turned to me and said, "I know I shouldn't have thrown his food," but she was crying, and nobody was stopping him. I looked at her, then looked at the adults in the room, and realized they weren't going to teach her what was right, so I did. I thanked them, signed the paper, and we left. On the way home, she sat quiet for a long time. Then she asked, "Are you mad at me?" I said, "No. I'm mad you had to be the one to do something, but I'm not mad at you." That night, the girl's mom found my number somehow and sent me a message. She said her daughter came home and told her she didn't feel invisible for the first time in weeks. I read it to my daughter. She didn't say much, just smiled a little and went back to her homework, but I saw the way she walked into school the next day. Head high, shoulders square, like someone who knew exactly who she was.